Welcome back to another videos. Join us for the latest news, insights, and updates on the Iraqi dinar. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Let's explore the world of the Iraqi dinar together. The process of determining and transitioning to a floating exchange rate regime involves several key steps and considerations within a country's monetary and economic framework. When a country decides to shift from a fixed or managed exchange rate system to a floating currency regime, it represents a significant policy shift with implications for monetary policy, trade dynamics, capital flows, and overall economic stability. To begin with, the decision to float a currency typically involves the country's central bank, such as the Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, in the case of Iraq, where the monetary authority plays a pivotal role in setting and overseeing the transition. The initial float rate, or the starting point of the freely floating exchange rate, is indeed determined by the authorities, often in consultation with economic advisors and based on various economic indicators and market conditions. In practical terms, the official exchange rate at the time of the transition serves as the baseline or reference point for the newly floated currency. This rate is usually aligned with prevailing economic realities, such as inflation levels, external trade balances, capital flows, and foreign exchange reserves. The role of the central bank, like the CBI, becomes critical during this phase as it manages the initial stages of the float and intervenes in the foreign exchange market to maintain stability and manage volatility. Once the currency begins to float, the exchange rate is influenced by market forces of supply and demand. This means that the value of the currency in relation to other currencies will fluctuate based on how much of the currency is being bought or sold in the foreign exchange markets. For instance, if there is a higher demand for the Iraqi dinar, IQD, in the foreign exchange market due to increased trade or investment activities, the value of the IQD would appreciate relative to other currencies like the US dollar, USD. Conversely, if there is a surplus of IQD in the market or a decrease in demand, the value of the IQD could depreciate. This flexibility in the exchange rate allows for adjustments that reflect real-time economic conditions and external factors. It also enables the country to better absorb external shocks and adapt to changing global economic trends. Moreover, the central bank's ability to effectively manage monetary policy becomes crucial in a floating exchange rate environment. The central bank may use interest rate adjustments or open market operations to influence domestic liquidity and inflation, thereby indirectly affecting the exchange rate. Another important aspect is the impact on international trade and competitiveness. A floating exchange rate can make a country's exports cheaper or more expensive depending on currency movements. A depreciating currency may boost exports but could also increase the cost of imported goods, affecting consumers and businesses. In summary, the decision by a country like Iraq to transition to a floating exchange rate regime involves careful consideration of economic factors, policy implications, and market dynamics. While the central bank plays a pivotal role in setting the initial float rate, the exchange rate subsequently becomes determined by market forces of supply and demand. This transition represents a shift towards greater flexibility and adaptability in the face of global economic dynamics, with implications for inflation, trade, investment, and overall economic stability. Thanks for watching Iraqi Dinar. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and share our videos. Your support keeps our channel going. Stay curious, and see you in the next one.